This is John Dennis from Teleperformance. This is my wife Heather Dennis. We're here to go over your workout for the next 2 weeks. Now, I'm one of the strength and conditioning coaches. Have been very humbled to be able to work with the PFC athletes, and we're not going to allow this to stop us. So as you can see, we have nothing but a wall and some turf, and we're going to shoot you guys a lot of videos. But some of the things I want to go over, I think they're important for me to talk to you about via video conferencing, so I'm going to do that. Your workout's going to consist of a dynamic warm-up, which is going to take about 5 to 10 minutes, and there's 3 movements in there. There's a lunge with twist, the video's down below, there's a unilateral RDL or a one-legged hinge, there's a video down below, and then there's a jog with knee to chest. I also would really suggest that you guys use a ball, whether you do some juggling, just get your feet working with the soccer ball. Some of the drills your coaches have given you, this is a perfect time to do this prior to working out. Then your workout will have a strength portion, and then it'll have a stretch portion, all right? You'll also have some power movements right before the stretch portion that we'll go over when we have videos for all those. But today I'm gonna emphasize some of the things that we need to do that technique is so imperative. So the dynamic warm-up, I think, is pretty self-explanatory. The strength aspect of the workout, the first thing we have you do is squats in place. So you're gonna see Heather get in place here, and for those of you who don't, we just have our ground and a wall here. You're gonna keep your hands across your shoulders just like this, and you're gonna squat down and up. Now it's key here that the hip, knees, ankles stay in alignment, and you get as low as you can. Now some people may have a chair at home that they can squat to, or a bench. You can use that. If you don't, you just use your body weight. Some people may have weights at home, dumbbells, kettlebells. What you can do is hold the weight underneath your chin and do what we call a goblet squat. That way you can just add some weight to this, and the first 2 weeks are gonna be 2 sets of 20. You'll get another video after the first 2 weeks. What I wanna do is show a side view here of Heather, and notice how she's gonna sit back and do this squat. We wanna keep that trunk as flat as we can right here, and we want to get as low as we can. Okay, I think you stand up. The next movement in this is lunges. You have the video. I'm pretty sure you guys have done enough lunges. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out, but I don't want to take too much time. I want you guys to get some time to work out. The third movement we have is going to be a push-up or a modified push-up. I think this is worth it to show it. I've seen push-ups done a million different ways, and I'd love to show it done a certain way to get the most benefit out of it. So Heather, why don't you get on the ground, and why don't you face this way for us? So a perfect push-up will have you hands in the middle of your chest, the arms will stay right into the side of you, and you'll just push up, down and up. Good. For anybody who can't do a regular push-up, and people always ask how low do I go, just think of your fist and you want your chest to touch your fist. If you can't go that low and you can't do that, one of the modifications, if Heather puts her knees on the turf, and we call a modified push-up here, and now she's just going to go down and up from that position. Bring your hands forward a little bit, Heather. Good, and just go ahead down and up. Good. Now some people may be caught in the middle here. I can't do a full push-up, and modified push-ups are too easy. Here's one of my suggestions. Get your knees up off the ground, Heather. You lower your body down just like this, then put your knees on the ground, and then push up like that. That's what we call kind of an eccentric emphasis push-up. But if you're caught in the middle where regular push-ups may be too challenging at this point for 2 sets of 20, and the modified push-ups may be too easy, you could do that as a modification. Okay, Heather, you can stand up. And this is a dowel rod. If you don't have a dowel rod, use a chair, use a broomstick, something that just allows you to have balance. And what Heather's going to do right here is your next movement in here is called a hip abduction or hip swing. We're just going to have our leg come out and come back in. It's a very important movement, not only for this muscle here that we're working, okay, but as Heather comes in, see this starts to shake a little bit. I want this leg to be relaxed and stabilized, and I want the hip, knee, ankle all in alignment, okay? And again, once you do 20 of these, you'll start to feel this work. We also want to look at the trunk. Go ahead, Heather, keep going up. We want to look at the trunk. What we don't want is her body moving. If I look at her from the waist up, I have no clue that she's doing an exercise. So this allows me to work the muscles I want to work, and it gets some of this core involved, okay? So that'll be your next movement in the workout. Next one's a little tricky. You have the video, it's a dumbbell bent row. I think most of us have a milk gallon, and I'm sorry parents if I get any kids in trouble, bottles of water, gallons of water, something that has some weight. So you don't need weight to do this. If you have dumbbells or kettlebells, that works great. But Heather, why don't you get in the position here of a dumbbell bent row? So I have nothing in her hand right here because you can use whatever you want. Okay, if you have nothing, we're going to just turn this to a movement called a kind of a rear delt movement. So we're going to do a pull apart with the arms like this. So if you have nothing, that's going to be your 20. So go ahead up and down there, Heather. And notice how her trunk doesn't move. It's strong and straight. Hips, everything's stable here. It's in alignment. If we have gallons of milk, dumbbells, kettlebells, gallons of water, we're going to turn this right. Keep your hands together now, Heather. And right into a bent row here. So just pull the elbows up. Good. And you can see where we can put anything in your hands right there that have any amount of weight. And it's going to be 2 sets of 20 there for week 1 and 2. Next movements are pretty self-explanatory. We've had some of you guys do them before. And for some of you who have not done them, I really recommend them. For the sport you're playing, they're hip extensions and wide RDLs and some planks with hip extension as well. The plank with hip extension is worth noting. I'd like Heather to get on the floor here. We're always going to do our planks in the push-up position. All right, so the plank, this is the regular plank. For some advanced athletes, you may have done this. There's no reason to go over 20 seconds here. I know there's a lot of research that says after 12 seconds, after 15 seconds, a lot of other stuff starts to happen that we don't want. So we want to engage this core, but if this is too easy, we want to add a hip extension. So we just want to raise this right leg up off the air, good, and you go back down. So we do that without dropping this here. So go ahead up again and down. And we don't want to swivel right or left here. So you can add those movements. Again, if you're holding the plank from this position here, you hold it for about no more than 20 seconds. If you're doing these reps here, you're just bringing that leg up and down, 10 each side. Okay, so we got the body warmed up, we've done some strength workout. Now you can do some power workout. Now, we have 4 movements for you. You have the vertical jumps, the quick get-ups, the standing broad jumps, and the shuffle with change direction. All 4 I'm gonna go over. This can be done on the same day as your weight routine, or if you'd like to have more days of working out in between, you can do the strength one day, and you can do the vertical jumps and the power movements the other day. So Heather, I'm gonna have you do the vertical jump just for now. So vertical jump, the biggest thing here is we're on our athletic ready position. When I jump, I push my hips back, squat down, and I get up as high as I can. Good, and we land. Now the biggest thing here is I don't want you to focus on trying to get your body as high as you can. I want you to think about pushing your body, pushing your feet through the ground to propel your body up. Don't think about just, because sometimes we forget that we need to use these legs to jump up as high as we can. And let's get a side view here, because this is important. So when you're especially jumping, because guys, I don't want the jumping to be done wrong. So I want you to sit the back side back here, squat. See, now this is like a rubber band here, okay? That's a muscle, and the further we stretch it, so if Heather stands up more, if she doesn't sit back, see how that rubber band's not stretched as much? So here, it's stretched. Now it's ready to coil and go. So Heather's then gonna jump up, good, and then land. Those are the ones we're gonna do in place. And you're gonna do anywhere from 3 sets of 10 to 12 of those, okay? Just getting your body used to the mechanics of jumping. The standing broad jump, and we'll just have Heather jump right over the camera. It doesn't change much, except now we're propelling forward. Good. And the key here is that we're landing hip, knee, ankle in alignment. Now, if we're in a living room space, if you have a backyard, great, you can just do this in your backyard when it's dry. If you're in a living room space, all Heather would do now is turn around and just go back, or in a hallway. Good. Same thing here. You're going to look at, based on the time, 3 to 5 sets. Ideally, we're at 6 repetitions. I know I said 3 sets of 10 to 12 before, but really we're going to look at 5 to 6 sets of 6 repetitions, because we want to be explosive as we can at each jump. We don't want to do these just to get them over. If you notice when Heather did them, she jumped and then I talked a little bit. I don't want this boom, 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 jumping back and forth. I want power, recover, power, recover. Shuffle to change your direction. We'll just have Heather here. The key here is where she starts from, okay? She starts, and when she shuffles towards me, she presses off her inside foot and then presses back. Again, if I have a hallway or a living room, then I can do this right there. If I have a backyard, great, we can get out there and do it. You look at the space of what you have available to you, no more than 10 yards, and you're gonna do that about 10 to 12 times each side, 5 sets, and recover in between. Quick get up, some of my favorite moments for total body power is when you're gonna see Heather lay on the ground here. Now, if you have a partner or a parent with you or a brother or sister who wanna help you, they can give you commands like up. Good, and then she goes back, Heather will go back down, up. You see, we're getting right back to our athletic ready position. She's ready to move. Now, what you'll see is we'll add in week 3 and 4 as a movement from that position. Guys, it's been an honor to train you. I know that times are different and they're difficult. Not for us. We're going to make the most of this opportunity. We are going to give you all the resources you need to stay strong and physical during what is now your off season. I know this is typically when you guys will be doing tryouts and playing, but now these workouts can be done 2 times a week. You never want to do them in succession. Please, if you have any questions, you can email me, jd.telio@gmail.com. And you can also call me or text me, 412-720-3876. It's been a privilege working with you, and I look forward to continuing working with you guys through any circumstances. Take care.